The IER-Z1R is Sony's top-of-the-line IEM at $2,000 retail. It's a three-way hybrid IEM with two dynamic drivers and a single balanced armature. The 12mm magnesium dynamic driver operates as the mid-range and bass driver. The balanced armature driver operates as the tweeter, and the 5mm aluminum dynamic driver operates as a super tweeter, which Sony claims can go up to 100 kHz. Sony claims the magnesium housing helps isolate the drivers to prevent an overlap in frequencies, which is common in multi-driver IEMs, and the structure is designed to expand the soundstage. The IEM comes with an assortment of silicone and hybrid ear tips. I personally prefer the sound of the hybrid tips, which brings out the highs and has better clarity and isolation. The shell is extremely heavy and blocky, which may take some adjusting before you find a comfortable resting position. The removable cables use MMCX connectors, and the microphonics are extremely low. The IER-Z1R is a warm IEM that has slightly recessed mids and large sound stage for IEMs. If you took the sound signature of the Shure SE846 and added more treble extension and clarity, you might get something similar to the IER-Z1R, a very smooth sound signature with no bite or harshness anywhere in the frequency range. The bass isn't extremely deep, like on a planar driver, but it has good rumble. I don't have a measurement rig to take measurements, so I have used Crinicals, which are posted on HeadFi. Crinical has measured hundreds of IEMs, and I suggest you check out his site, including his measurements page at crinical.com. These IEMs have good sensitivity, and most apps and phones can drive them to ear-splitting levels. I personally drove these with a Samsung S10. Sound quality-wise, these have great dynamics, incredible smoothness for a hybrid IEM, and great bass response. The mids are not as smooth as you might get with electrostatic IEMs, but they are about as good as you can get from a dynamic driver, along with a large soundstage. The shell is somewhat blocky and heavy, and without some careful tweaking, may be uncomfortable for some. $2K is a hefty price to ask, but for a top-of-the-line IEM that doesn't require external amplification like an electrostatic, this is about as good as you can ask for. Tyle Hertzens, previously editor of Inner Fidelity, once said that in his experience, most people buy headphones for comfort rather than sound. I think there is something to that, and the Sony's large shell is very reminiscent of the hard shells of JH Audio IEMs. If this is a form factor that you like, then this is one of the best flagship IEMs out there. If the form factor isn't your type, then you may need to look elsewhere.